Hey everybody, Coach Jason, Arm Pitching Development. Got something good for you guys tonight in terms of pitch grips and pitch development, especially for youth guys or developing guys that want to learn new pitches. We're going to cover those. So the first one that we're looking at is going to be a changeup. So when we talk about a changeup, we're going to go from a traditional sense, just a four-seam changeup, almost like a circle. You can see it here from the inside of how my fingers are laid out. My grip, I try to hold it here in my three fingers. And then the important thing to know about this when you're trying to throw this pitch is you really want to work down and inside or arm side run with this pitch. When you're throwing this pitch, if you're a high velo guy, that's when I feel like it's important for you to have and develop a good changeup, because the imbalance from the speed of the pitch is going to make that much more of a dramatic difference to the hitter's eye. When you are a low velocity guy, I don't feel like a changeup is to your benefit. Okay, if you're a youth kid learning how to pitch this, you don't have a variant speed difference between your changeup and your fastball. All you're going to do is speed up the hitter's back to the pitch. So I don't know that a changeup development then is going to be perfect for you. Another thing on the changeup is you'll want to work inside spin. So we want to draw this pitch down and come off your pinky as you're throwing through it. So there's a little pronation to that as well on the changeup. It's an extremely uncomfortable grip to get used to out the gates. So you'll want to practice playing catch with this as much as you can, just as long with your other pitches, your fastballs, your normal two seams, and so on. Okay, the next grip we're going to talk about is a curveball grip in the traditional sense. What you'll do is you'll take your horseshoe seam here on the baseball, and you'll take your index finger and your pointer finger and overlay here. On the thumb side, you'll see that I'll put my thumb right under the other side of the horseshoe on the back side. I leave a little bit of spacing here, probably about a finger width, and then I tuck these fingers down to hold that seam. Now, when we're pitching this, what we're trying to develop is more of a 12-to-6 rotation on it. For you guys learning this pitch or developing this pitch, it'll probably come out more from the side and feel like you want to run it across. You don't want to do that with this pitch. You want a hard break to it. So you're going to tighten up your wrist pattern just a little bit when you're coming out. Instead of having a lofty wrist, you're going to hook it in just a little bit here and pull down just a little bit harder on the pitch and create a little more spin to it, which is going to give it that nice 12-to-6 bite on that pitch. So think of it as a more north to south pitch for you. It's good if you're an older guy to start tinkering with this pitch. If you're a younger guy, I don't know that it's that much benefit to you at the moment, other than maybe experimentation. Just like any other pitches that you're doing, experimenting, getting in there, playing catch with it is going to be beneficial to you, so you get to feel this. Look, when we talk about pitch design and we talk about pitch creation, every athlete is different and every hand shape is different. So everyone's going to have a little bit of response or a different response to their pitch grips and their grips development. So you have to get out there and experiment a little bit on that and find out what's working for you. So the next one I want to talk to you guys about, and I think this is a great pitch, especially in the youth sector, is the sinker. Okay, the sinker for me can come two ways. We're going to take the horseshoe inside facing you, and we're going to split the seam here with your two fingers, and they're going to run your thumb on the bottom side of it. Now, when we're throwing this pitch, I want to create it just like a fastball. Treat it just like your fastball, and we're going to pull down and create as much spin as possible on this. Now, with this pitch, I want to create a down and arm side run on this is what your action that you're trying to see. So you're going to stay inside of the ball just a little bit better as you're coming through it, and pull down just like you would on your fastball and create a lot of spin on it. That spin hopefully will create this movement here, down and in to your right-handers for right-handed pitchers, and the inverse for left-handed pitchers. So working on the sinker development, especially in the youth sector, I feel is a great feature pitch to help you miss barrels in the long run. Ultimately, when you're pitching, that's what you want to do, is induce poor contact, miss barrels completely, and get guys out. So there's 3 pitches. The 4th one we're going to talk about is the slider. Okay, this would be a more advanced pitch. If you're a youth guy out there, I don't recommend throwing the slider for you. Can induce some pain in your elbow if you're not doing it right, and we're going to cover that. So on the slider, you're going to see the horseshoes coming out here away. I'm going to run my hand here. I'm going to give you a couple of variants of it, but this one here on the horseshoe, we're going to split it, and I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to move it up to the side of the ball just a little bit more here. Okay, so I'm not directly underneath it, I'm coming up off to the side just a little bit. With the slider, we want this to be a lateral break to it. So what essentially I'm talking about is creating depth with your pitch. So I want it to move to the side, and I want it to move down to your glove side as well. So it's a 2-plane movement pitch. Once we get there, on the approach with this pitch, you're going to stay behind it just like your fastball. And when you're coming off to the release point, what I try to do is think of it as turning the doorknob in. Okay, inside of it here, and then driving that thumb through your target at a high rate of speed to get a lot of spin on the ball. What you're looking for in your playing catch with this pitch is a dot on the ball. Your partner will tell you if they see the dot or not, and you'll also get to see that on the back end. When you see the dot, you know you're on a slider plane. You have the right pitch. Again, it should be across and a little bit of depth to that pitch. It doesn't have to be a ton, maybe 6 to 8 inches is enough to miss the barrels. All right, one more on the slider grip. So we're going to take it here with the seam outward from the horseshoe position. You're gonna grip it here off to the side, and then on your thumb placement, bring it off to the other seam here. And then get a good, positioning with your bottom fingers here. And then when we throw this pitch, we're gonna stay on top of it just like your fastball, and then we're gonna come off to the side and then rotate through just like you were turning the doorknob in on the previous pitch. This one's going to come through. It'll have a little tighter rotation to it. If you throw it right, you're going to see a good diagonal break to it. They'll be pretty sharp, and you should also see a dot on that pitch as well. So in terms of pitch grips, that's 4 pitches: change up, curveball, sinker, and then slider. Okay, I do want to say special thanks to my buddies and partners at 643KC. Fantastic baseball academy out here in Kansas City, Missouri. They're doing great things out here. If you have a chance to come out and stop in and say hi to any of the coaches out there, please do so. Also, you might get to see me hanging around as well. So big shout out to those guys. Hey, for more pitching tips, drills, exercises, and workouts, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And until I shoot the next video, I'll see you guys next time.